Hello and welcome to a World of Tanks review with me, Cricketwes. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Tier 9 British medium tank, the Centurion Mark 7 one, in HD quality. One of the first HD tanks in the game, along with the mouse, the M103, and a bunch of other stuff I can't remember. And you'll note for the first time I'm not using Bandicam to record the garage reviews, actual review sort of thing, which is this. And I won't be using it for the replays because I'm using Open Broadcaster software, otherwise known as OBS. Because, well, I like it. I use it for my live streams, and it's a fantastic piece of software. And it doesn't have that Bandicam watermark at the top, which a few of you said has been annoying. So that's it. We'll start off with the armour first. I think that's a good place to start, or just the miscellaneous stuff. Hit points of the tank 1720, which is pretty decent for a Tier 9 medium. I think it's the second highest of any of the Tier 9 mediums, the highest being the German E50 with 1750. So yeah, health wise it's pretty good. Weight 52.5 tons, slightly on the heavy side, but then an E50 weighs 60 tons, so it's only, well, just under 10 tons lighter than an E50. And engine power 950, again pretty good. Speed limit 40 kph, which is not that great for a medium tank. You're looking at least 50 for a medium, or 45 at the very least. But despite that, manoeuvrability is pretty good. Traverse speed of 32 degrees per second, which means, and with the grunt of the engine, it means you can, when you're in a spot lobby, you can just reverse out or drive forwards quite quickly. The acceleration on this thing is absolutely amazing. Right, now onto the armour. The upper front plate. Actually, no, we'll go into more detail about the armour and tank inspector later. So I think that brings us on to our equipment and modules for the tank. Just get to the tech tree. OBS is probably a bit more laggier than Bandicam. That's one downside of it. So I can't get the stock configuration up because I don't really buy all the modules. But basically, this thing's stock is a fully upgraded Centurion Mark 1, and it's it's probably one of the best stock grinds in the game. It's one of the easiest, because if you already went down the British heavy tank line, which I have done, then you will already have some of the modules unlocked from the K&R, like the 20-pounder Type B barrel, which you can use on the Centurion Mark 7. And I've kept it just because, well, it has a bit more DPM, or quite a bit more than the 105mm Royal Ordnance, and it's a bit more accurate as well, or in my case a lot more accurate, because for me the aiming time of 2.3, I mean, it is absolutely it's not bad by any stretch of the matter, but, well, British guns, you always think of them as bang on accurate, but I have managed to miss quite a few shots with the 105mm that I would have been able to hit with a 20-pounder Type B, with the 1.9 second aim time. Accuracy is the same though, 0.32. Anyway, turret, stock turret is, some would say it's better than the upgraded turret actually, because of the armour. It's 152mm at the front, 88 at the side and rear. Same on the upgraded turret, but that's actually not true, because the top bit of the turret on this, I believe, is only 144mm up there, but we'll check that later on tank aesthetics, I really can't remember. Yeah, radios, no one really cares about radio, but you'll have them unlocked anyway, from the Centurion, and some from the Comet as well. Engines as well, you've already had them unlocked by the Centurion and by the K&R if you went down that route. Big old Rolls-Royce Meteor engines, all of them. you'd have unlocked if you got the Centurion Mark 1 or the KNR. Maybe the Black Prince, but I don't think so. Tracks, no one cares about the tracks, but I'm not sure whether you can. I think you need the tracks to mount the upgraded turret. I think you can mount the second engine with the stock tracks, and the 20 pounder Type B for that matter. But you can't mount the top turret with the stock tracks mounted as well. Which now brings us onto guns. As I said earlier, I've kept the 20 pounder Type B just in case. Well, I'm having a bad day with the Wi-Fi. I just fancy a bit of DPM and just doing damage quickly, building up like 1-2k damage quickly. And that's what the 20 pounder Type B is for. It's got 42mm less penetration, but it is that bit more accurate, so you can aim for weak spots with this thing. I'm not saying that you can't aim for weak spots with the 105mm, but 2.3 second aim time. It's, well, some say with the 20 pounder Type B more of a sniper, and with the 105mm more of a brawler. And that can be true, but with the 20 pounder Type B, it's for, with this thing mounted, it is for like circling round tanks and like using that DPM as an advantage because of the outstanding rate of fire, 10.53, and I've got a gun rammer and brothers in arms on the crew and on the tank, which brings, I think, the reload of the 20 pounder to this as about 4.5 seconds, which is absolutely fantastic, and 230 alpha damage as well. You can really use that DPM to circle around the IS-7s, IS-4s, E-100s, all sorts of that, tier 10 heavy tanks, STIs, IS-8s, all sorts as well. The 105mm, 5 rounds per minute, which is actually not true because it's more like 6, with a gun rammer and brothers in arms crew, because the reload with the 105mm with my current setup is 10.12 seconds, so it's closer to 6. But yeah, with this, with the 105mm, you can sort of play it as a bit of a heavy tank. Take your shot, get the hell out there. Because 268 pen with APCR as standard ammo, which means you don't have to lead your target as much because the higher shell velocity of the bullet, and 390 alpha damage, same as an IS-3, an IS, not any other Russian, well, higher tier tanks, however. Premium ammo on this is HESH, high explosive squash head, which gets 210 penetration, which is not bad, but it's the same with heat. It doesn't like being fired at space armor. If you do fire it at space armor or sloped angles, then it will only do like 150 to 200 damage max. And the last ammo is HESH again, but worse, which is why I only carry 3 rounds of that for my artillery if I don't want to waste. I think it's like 4,000 credits a shot with the premium HESH. So yeah, I carry, I think it's 5 premium HESH, yeah, 5 HESH, only 2 non-premium HESH, and 65. It actually says 8 BDS, which I can't, armor piercing discarding Sabo, I think it is, but we'll just call it APCR for well, it's just easier. But turret, yeah, turret traverse is at the same 36 degrees per second. Get 10 more meters view range, and I've got coated optics on this, so you get 500 meters view range with this. Actually says 460 down there, but I don't know about that. Engine, yeah, Rolls-Royce Griffin engine, tier 10 engine. It is absolutely fantastic. A lot of grunt, which means the acceleration and maneuverability of this is fantastic. Tracks, no one really cares about that. Radio, no one really cares. But the tier 8 radio, well, you can use that mainly. Tier 10 radio isn't too much different, but you know, just better. Onto consumables, first aid kit, small repair kit, automatic fire extinguisher, because I don't want to waste too much money, and I've got tons of automatic fire extinguishers from missions and stuff like that. Equipment, I've gone for coated optics, but you can swap that out for improved ventilation class 2. Oh, I thought it would be like class 3 or something. Yeah, improved vents. Only 150,000, so yeah. If you don't have coated optics lying around, get ventilation on there as well. Boost the reload time to probably just under 10 seconds with that. And I've gone for gun rammer and vertical stabilizers. Enhanced gun main drive is also not bad, but with the 36 degrees turret traverse, I would go for vert stabs over lane drive because you've only got 2.3 seconds aim time anyway, which is pretty good. So just cut that down a bit more with the vert stabs by just turning the turret, because it is a quick turret traverse, a very quick turret traverse. So vert stabs help with that. Can't quite see the rifling on the gun because I've got crappy graphics, because I've got a crappy PC. But anyway, I can't think of much more to say. I think that's it for the garage at the moment. Oh wait, I could do cruise skills. I could do that. On the commander, I've gone for 6th sense for obvious reasons. Brothers in arms on all of the crew, and camouflage as well, camouflage skill. Even though it is quite a big tank, because, well, just compare it to the Tog. Excuse the weight, but yeah, it's only a little bit shorter than a Tog, and it's about the same height as well as a Tog, so it's only a little bit smaller than a Tog. And on the gunner, I've gone for snapshot, brothers in arms again, and camouflage again. On the driver, I have gone for what have I gone for? Just get that highlighted. Smooth ride, more accuracy when you're firing on the move, because you can quite easily hit targets on the move because of the amazing accuracy on British guns, brothers in arms, and repairs. And on the loader, safe stowage, brothers in arms again, and repairs. Because artillery love shooting at this thing. You have no idea how many times. I think I've been one shot of artillery at least 3 times in this, and if not clicked to death in 2 shots by, well, quite a lot of times, because it is, well, terribly well armoured. Not well armoured, terribly armoured on the top of the tank, and especially the rear. 31mm of armour at the rear, and only 50 at the side as well. Top of the turret especially, and the engine deck in there. Artillery love shooting at this thing, which does get absolutely frustrating, because I've had this thing for a very long time, and if I'm in a tier 10 game and there's like artillery like GWE 100, Batchat 15558, Object 261, I know just that they're all going to be shooting, they're all just going to be aiming at me. But yeah, artillery is supposed to focus down best player, best tank, so yeah. Thank you, artillery players, thanks for focusing me down, thank you for thinking that I'm absolutely amazing at the game, thank you so much. Anyway, we'll just move on into Tank Inspector and show you what the armour's like. And here is the Centurion Mark 7 in Tank Inspector. Tank Inspector having a bit of a dirt, but you can see the rifling on the Centurion Mark. Oh my god, zoomed in a bit too far then. But yeah, you can see the rifling now, and well, HD, it looks absolutely fantastic with rifling the gun. Shame I don't have a PC with a good graphics card or processor and stuff like that. But yeah, Tank Inspector having a bit of a dirt with the turret. I don't know why. You can see inside of the tank now, sort of. But anyway, onto armour. Upper front plate, 121mm as it said in game, but the strongest bit is here, 154mm. Still not that good if you're head on. If you're head on against any tanks, then you really can't hope to bounce anything, unless it's like an IS or Black Prince or some other tier 7 crap like that, with sort of low pen guns. And the lower front plate only 76mm, 130 just over effective armour thickness with the sloping. Turret armour, pretty strong. 152mm and 121, but no one's going to be aiming right there. They're going to be aiming right there, well, upper front plate mainly. If you got this thing pointed towards tanks. But if you are, well, hold down is the ideal position for this because the gun magnet is very strong, and if you shoot the top of the turret flush on, then it's an automatic ricochet, unless you can overmatch the armor, which you probably can't. Unless you're shooting down on it, if you like, on top of the hill on Himmelsdorf, and for some reason one of these tanks isn't up on the hill, shoot the turret or the upper front plate for that matter. But yeah, turret top is very weak. Only 51mm, but auto bounce angle, unless you hit machine gun port, which will be a very good shot if you manage to do hit it. Also, the little machine gun port here, right in the to the left of the gun, well, to my right, but to the left on the tank. If you do manage to hit that, it's no armor, but with 152mm spaced armor. So if you do hit that, then you probably will pen, but it's going to be a very tricky shot. But yeah, gun mantlet as tough as old boots. It's absolutely strong. Well, I don't know. I've run out of cliches and stuff already. I haven't said much. But yeah, hold down with the gun depression. 10 degrees of gun depression. It's absolutely fantastic. There you go, look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Side scraping. This thing is not the best at side scraping. Because you can, well, tier 10 guns like Jagdpanzer E100, Death Stars, they can overmatch the armour. I'll put it up to 130mm. So yeah, they can overmatch the armour for, I think, Jagdpanzer E100, I think it's 170. And yeah, if they aim like up there, then yeah, they can pen it with AP or heat quite easily. As with some of the tier 10, not tier 10, the Conqueror, the FV215B, the British heavy tanks, which don't have that good side armour as well. Apart from Black Prince doesn't have extraordinarily good side armour. Yeah, that's good at side scraping. Don't know why, just is. But yeah, side of the tank, 51mm plus a bit of spacing. What the hell is happening to tank inspector? Bloody hell, I've never seen anything like that. No, see the drive wheels and stuff. But yeah, rear 32mm, HE, Hesh, yeah, anything will go through that, easy. Like a T71 with HE, don't know why a T71 would have an HE clip, but oh well. Straight through there, easy peasy. And the other side. But if you angle the upper front plate at around, I don't know why it says 60 degrees, because that's not, that's probably about 45 degrees there. Yeah, I have to do on that bit there, which is flat. So yeah, around 45-50 degrees then you can bounce shots. Sort of fairly reliably actually. I have bounced STIs, ST1s off the upper front plate of this before, and the lower front plate is just an automatic ricochet because of the angle that's put on it and the sloping as well. Adds to that. Excuse me. Right. I don't know what to say anymore. I haven't been doing this long enough. I have recalled earlier in the garage when I was showing the crew skills on my loader I had safe stowage. That is because the ammo rack is located somewhere in the lower front plate. Shoot it in the lower front plate, you are likely to get a damaged ammo rack. I haven't been properly ammo racked with the turret blown off and stuff yet, but touch wood that won't happen soon. And yeah, artillery love shooting at this because look at that. It's absolutely paper thin armour, anything can go through that. Artillery shell, well, it loves the engine tech. 10mm, nothing backing it up, just go through that every single day. Have been penetrated by Chap 155-58 in the engine deck. Luckily haven't been set on fire. or one shot kill as of yet. But yeah, it probably will happen sometime. But anyway, let's get on to some replays. And this is the first replay I have to show you. It's a tier 9 game with top tier on Winter Himmelsdorf. And platoon up with Zoropop. He's in his WZ-120, the Chinese tier 9 medium tank, which I absolutely love. Played on the test server. I think, wow, I love it. For the top one, 122mm. And we're going to be heading up the hill here on Winter Himmelsdorf. Of course, I'm mounting the 105mm Royal Ordnance gun. With a mark of excellence, means I've done more than 65%. Done more than, I don't know how to phrase it. I've done 65. No, I've no idea. I'll stick to commentating on the games rather than commentating on game mechanics and stuff. That'll be much simpler. But yeah, WZ-120 that Zora pops in, very strong turret, probably better at bouncing shots than this Centurion. But he does have cupolas, which are quite easy to shoot. I've got one as well, but it's much harder to aim for due to the sloping on the turret top as well. Yep, sound mod's working well. Going up to the top of the hill here. Donked that shot on the T69, but then I bounced his return fire. And looks like Zoropop donked a shot on the T34 too, and he took a hit from me. T34-2, not that good a medium tank. It probably plays similar to the Persian. I haven't got one yet. It's a nice shot. High roll, 440. 390 alpha damage on this 105mm gun with 268 penetration and APCR as standard ammo, which means that those shots can go through all day long. T34 top target, IS6. But hey, 268 pen, and he's showing me his turret. And of course it bounces, because of Russian armor. Very strong, yes, IS6 turret, best turret in the game, yes, great success. IS8 gets a nice shot, right through there. Turret top is quite weak, as you saw in Tanking Inspector earlier. So if your gun is accurate enough, then you can penetrate. Panther's now switched to high explosive because he just went, fuck that, I'm not shooting at the hold down Centurion. Yeah, hold down is one of the, probably the best way to play this. I bounce off the Panther's gun mantlet, and the reason why it's the best way to play this is because, even though I'm showing my hull a little bit, the gun mantlet of the turret covers most of the front of the turret, and the gun mantlet on this tough as old boots, as I probably mentioned earlier. I can't remember. But then T34 hold down, even better than a hold down Centurion. Zoropop, he's on the front lines getting his ass kicked. Just lost our Tiger P, so it's only me and him up here now. And I'm just going, screw you guys, I'm going home. And I just run away, take a shot with T69, low roll, and Zoropop is dead. So it's me versus how many tanks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks. So what the hell can I do? I don't know. Run away. That sounds like a good plan. Except I'm not French, so it's not a good plan. Don't mean to offend anyone if that did. Yeah, T69. Fun heat of course, because why not? There's the IS8. Just missed that. He gets, I think it's just a high roll. And he's still on full health. That Borsig back in base is giving me no cover in the fire whatsoever. I get a massive roll on the IS8. T34-2 takes out my Anorak. IS8 only tracks me. I need to take out this IS6. Can go through straight through his upper plate, but aim. T34 gets slightly below average damage roll into me. T34-2's fault. Screw it, I'm going to go for the base, kill the artillery. And this IS8, my god, this was hilarious. I can't believe I lived through this. I cannot believe I lived this long. I can't remember whether I survived the whole battle. I don't think I did. But this. This was just some wow. Track him, side scrape, he bounces. Not the best at side scraping the Centurion, as I might have mentioned earlier, but I know I can beat him on the reload with just beat him on the reload. I get a nice high roll into him. I am still a one shot for him though, he's 2 shots for me, so I need to bounce at least 1 shot, probably 2, depending on if I can out DPM him. He tracks me, and then, well, I've used my repair kit, but I've got a very good repair crew on the Centurion because I get tracked by RTD so many times. 5 seconds to repair the tracks, no problem. And he pushes up because I fired. Reload just in time. Yep, he bounces off me. Double kill. Yes, please. Go back, gotta reset the cap, gotta kill that T-34. How much health is he on? Can't quite see. 598. So 2 shots needed to take him out. We are winning 11-10. The Doom Turtle's coming back to help me, but that's going to take him a while. One out of side scraping. Not too far back, couldn't side scrape as well. Track the T-34. That's stealth. Get a high roll into him. That's 4.2k damage done so far. I know what the reload on the T-34 is like, even if he does have cruise skills and stuff, which I can beat easily, and that brings up my triple kill, 3rd kill. Switch to premium Hesh now because the last 2 targets, a T20 and a T69, not good armour, can easily go through. And the Hesh on premium Hesh on this has got, I think, 210. Yep, 210 penetration with 480 alpha damage. Can I shoot that T69? Just not anymore. Can I get that shot? No. The thing about this Hesh is it costs 4,000 credits a shot. It might not sound like much, but if you fire off quite a few, which I tend to do nowadays. Oh, that's a good roll. Oh, don't get enough of them nowadays. Don't get enough 500 damage rolls. It's just T69 left. I've done just under 5,000 damage. Can I get killing blow? Yes, I can. Kill secured. 5,000 known damage. Let's see the results. And here are the results for that particular game. I have switched back to Bandicam because it's too much of a hassle to go with OBS. And that was my first class mastery. Well, before the well, I've got 2 more replays to show you, both of which are ace tankers. Spoiler alert, I should have said that before. But yeah, you have no idea how hard it is to get an ace tanker in this thing. People do so incredibly well. It's just getting so frustrated with just doing like 5,000 damage and 2k assistance damage and not getting an ace tanker. High caliber, 5,000 damage, I should expect so. And also a steel wall, probably from that IS-8 that helped me at the end, which I outplayed massively. He donked out so hard. But yeah, 4 kills, 5,000 damage. Not top on XP though, that was the IS-6, but then again he was a tier 8 tank, shooting at tier 9s, with only 175 pen as well. At T69 he had a decent game as well, 2.8k damage, I'd be happy with that. And he got medal as well, he got defender. I got high caliber and steel wall as you saw earlier. So I thought he still did 1400 damage, even though dying quite early on, and he got 1200 spotting damage as well. And me, just under 5,000 damage, 4 kills, 1258 base experience, and 2,720 damage blocked by armor. 15 hits received, 7 penetrations, 8 non-penetrations. No splashes because him was dwarf artillery. Nah, not really. No thanks. And 64 base defense points on that T-34 as well. Detailed report now. Yeah, all of that you've already seen. Luckily, I was running a premium account at the time, because if I didn't, those Hesh shots would have cost me quite dear, and I would have lost 11k. With premium, thankfully, I made a profit of 11,500 credits, and that was my daily double. So I got 5,000, just under 5,200 experience for that battle. Don't really need it. I've researched the FE4202 tier 10, which I would like to get, but I need money. And I also think I got some an action payout for a mission as well. I can't remember what mission it was. Anyway, more XP, more free XP. Let's see the next game. And in this replay, I'm platooned up with Zoropop again and Benny Dude in a tier 10 game on Fisherman's Bay. They're in their tier 10, Zoro in his E50M, which he got recently, and Benny in his M48 Pan, which I don't think he's got fully upgraded actually. Where is he? There he is. No, it looks like he's got the big gun. I think it's a 105 then. But anyway, this replay has been shown on another channel, linked to that in the description, because better commentary than I do, and an East London accent. Anyway, we're going to head up to the middle. Well, me and Zoro, but Benny's going to go down the 1-2 line, see what he can do there. But spotted early by that stock WZ132. Can I get a shot on him? Not quite. Yeah, me and Zoro, we've got some backup in the form of a T61, Type 61 rather, and WZ120 is just over to the left of it. Get a nice shot on that Centurion, stock Centurion 7-1, for 2 damage, quick and easy, and should have got that shot on the Centurion. APCR, so more shell velocity, I think that's it. Comes out the barrel faster. Either one of those, they make sense. Right guys. Just telling the team that the Conqueror is stopped, and just missed that shot on the T-54, but luckily the enemy object 140 tracks me, but he has a much more rate of fire than me. And this T-54, I have no idea what he was doing. We've already lost our T-54E1, one of the best players on the team, actually the best player on the team, stat-wise. But that T-54, I don't know what he was doing, so I just go, thank you very much for my first kill. Pushing up to the middle, see if I can get a hold down. There's that pesky object 140, he's going to be a bit of a nuisance this whole time. He's a good player, he knows what he's doing. But then, so my bouncer shot from the Conqueror, 20 pounder, not quite good enough to get through turret top of the Centurion as it seems. That's the only shot I've bounced this game, I think, so it must have been. And this spot in the middle, it is absolutely fantastic for medium tanks, and some medium heavies like the Conqueror and some French heavy tanks, the autoloaders, because you can shoot into the town, in the middle obviously, and on the west as well. It's absolutely fantastic. So I've got bouncer shot there, that E50M, very good armour. Get a nice snapshot on the WZ132. This gun pretty good for snapshots, if it behaves itself, which most of the time it does for me. See if I can shoot that E100 lower plates. Not quite, he backs off just in time. That is exactly 2000 damage done at the moment. And of course, E100 comes out, pokes out a bit too much. Get a shot in his lower plate, fantastic penetration on this gun. 268 pen, which means I can go through that lower plate at that angle as well, 45-degree angle pretty much, with no problem. Sorry, I don't know what shot in there. Maybe the STI in the town. Stealth, of course, because Russian temp spotted. That just wouldn't make sense, would it? Spot the object 140. Nice snapshot on him. 419 damage. 3,166 damage done. Object 140 gets a shot into me, but much lower average damage. I think those Russian meds only have about 320 average damage, but then again they do have a 6-second reload. Unlucky bounce on the object 140, but Zoropop kills him anyway. Aim for the cupola, hit the cupola, bounce off the cupola. Can't quite reload in time to kill that WZ132. And since I've played this game, my equipment I was using was coated optics, gun rammer, and vertical stabilizers. But now I've switched the coated optics out for ventilation because they're only 150k. For some reason, it's only ventilation class 1 on the Centurion Mark 7. Get a shot on that M103. Couldn't quite finish him off, but hey, an average damage roll was good enough. 4.3k damage. Benny gets the kill on the T57 Heavy. I've got 2 kills. Zoropop has got 1. Go for a blind fire at the M103. Doesn't kill him, probably because he moved. See if I can get a shot at the C75 in the side. Then I notice that the 100 is still not spotted. Zoropop pushing up a bit. Try and see if he can get shots at the E75. I cover his side, see if I can get shots at the E100. See if I can lure our mouse and the E100 spot those guys. There you go, just tell the team that we have flanking shots on those guys in the town. Spotted by the T57 Heavy, need a monster damage roll to kill him. At the E100, one shot, Zoropop gets the kill just before me. Both have APCR, but I think he has more shell velocity. So, and he fired first anyway, so side shots at an E75 and then STI goes, nope, you can have me instead. Yeah, why not shoot at a Russian? Because, well, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't take that shot at the STI for sort of obvious reasons. 212A splashed me because, yeah, Centurion get clicked by RT a lot. Zoropop, he's just gone into YOLO mode pretty much to try and deal with the E75 and the STI. ST1, STI don't give a toss. STI looks to be firing HE. I missed that short bounce. See if I can get another shot on the E75, but it's not to be. Now I'm switching to Premium Hesh, 210 pen as I said earlier, and I've done just under 3.7k damage. Zoropop is on 3 kills, Benny's on 2, and I'm on 2. And there's 2 tanks left. Benny's going for the artillery while me and Zoro try and hunt down this T54E1. Have Premium Hesh loaded because reasons, I want to one-shot stuff. But Benny gets the artillery first, and I spot out the T54E1. High roll, thank God. But yeah, there's 5,000, just under 5,300 damage. If this T54E1 gets another shot on me, then I am dead. Get another Hesh pen, 484 damage. I was saying to Zoropop, we can get rubbers and arms here, but he just goes, nope, I'm having that kill. I was just like, screw you too. Anyway, 5.7k known damage done, but I did get a few blind fires in there. So let's see the results. And here are the results for that game. Finally, an ace tanker. But this wasn't my first ace tanker, as you can see at the top. It was my second ace tanker, and now I've got 3 in this tank, but it doesn't really matter, 1 is enough. High caliber, unsurprisingly, 5.7k damage. Or is it? And a Confederate as well. Damage, I think it was 9 tanks, but we'll see. Object 143 critical hits. I don't know what they were. 219 spotting damage on him. 251 on the T57 Heavy. You can't see this, but I can. 206 on the WZ132. And how much on the T54E1? 422. 1825 XP earned that game. I don't know whether that was with any multipliers. I know I'd already got my double that day, so I must have had a few multipliers. Go to the XP scores. Me, top on XP with 1460, and I did get that blind fire on the Centurion to do another, I don't know how much damage, probably 300 and something. 370, 380 maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, 6,150 damage. I think second most damage done I've done in a game of World of Tanks. The next one is coming out next actually. 2 medals, high caliber Confederate as you saw earlier, and the platoon carrying like bosses. All 3 members of the platoon in the top 3 with 9 kills between us, 3 more for the crucial, but I needed that kill on the T54E1 to get the brothers in arms. And the Object 268, he had a pretty damn good game as well, just on 4k damage. But Benny, he came third, 1701 damage, and I know we got a butt ton of spotting damage as well, which unfortunately this isn't showing you for some reason. It's showing mine and Zorro's, but not Benny's. I know Benny got, I think he got like 3 to 4k spotting damage that game. Going to the detailed report, I wasn't running a premium account for that game. Blocked 550 damage with my arm. I can't remember what that was on. I think one was on the Conqueror, and I think another one was on the Object 140. But yeah, no premium account, but still made a healthy profit of 4.8k credits, and with a premium account, 32,000 credit profit, which I am very happy with, and just under 1100 spotting damage as well that game. And yet, mission bonus 365 XP. Can't remember what mission it was. But anyway, final game coming up. And this is the final game that I have to show you today. TN9 game on Lakeville. I'm teaming up with Zoropop again, and Yokum Alpine. Zoropop in his E50. I don't think he had the E50M by this time, because this game was before the previous game I showed you. And Yokum's in his trusty T54 E1. And I am going to be heading, I don't know where, by the town by the looks of things, while Zoropop's going to scout the middle. And Yokum coming to town with me. Not much to say. I don't have the mark of excellence this game because I was too much of a scrub. But I think this was my mark of excellence game actually. And this is probably my best game I've played in the Centurion. It's definitely the most damage done, because that game that I showed you before, that's the second most amount of damage I've done, and that was 6.1k. I haven't quite reached 10k yet, but then again I don't have a Death Star with tons of hesh. Yeah, Zoropop spotted a Tiger 2 and a KV4 and the T30. I'll try and go for a shot at the T30, but he's in a very good position there. He hits Yokum for 700 odd damage, and they're in the cap. Don't know what's capping it, probably the T21, unless he's gone the middle. E75 spotted. Zoropop lands a nice hit into him, I think, or the 4-6, someone does. Someone just tracked themselves by the sounds of things. IS3 got tracked maybe, I don't. And yeah, T21 in the cap. Get a nice shot into the lower plate of the E75, slightly below average damage roll, but he fired, so I can poke out again, take another shot in the lower plate. No damage critical. Are you serious? Shot veered left I think and hit the tracks. I nicely hold down for that T32, he was such a dick with that move, but then he pushes up and bounces a shot from the E75, I push up, shoot him in the lower plate, nice high damage roll there. T32 looks as if he's going round to deal with the T21, and he gets shot in the side by I think the Leopard prototype. That's when I spot this T54 making a YOLO run. I do apologise for the graphics, but I've got to give you the best FPS. Can I get shot in the Leopard prototype by the side, and I get a nice shot in the T54 saved by the VK. T32 kills the T29, I donk that shot, but then the T54 only takes out my gun, and in comes Yokum with the auto boom. And the T32 secures that T54 kill as well, and it looks like the T30 just missed there. Black Prince KV4, yeah, I have 268 pen. And in this week's episode of So You Think You Have Armour, that's sort of what it's like with this gun, if you know where to aim. Bounce a shot from the Black Prince, sort of, only no damage critical. Ooh, IS3 ammo rack on the Black Prince. Lower plate of the KV4, easy peasy, 5120 is behind them, gets the kill. Now time to work over this Black Prince with Yokum, 5120, and whoever else is with me, this T32. No, not Yokum, it was the T32. Similar gun, looks, by the looks of things. And I kill the Black Prince, bounces return shot, that's 3k damage, and that is my first kill. Now time to work over this Object 416. I do like the Object 416, Frying Pan of Doom. In fact, when I have enough money, I'll buy the A43 and go down that line. They're such fun tanks to drive. A43 is only the really downside of that line, because the Object 416 is quite fun, and the A44 has got a good gun as well. Apparently you get ammo racked a lot in the A44, but didn't happen to me on the Tesla a few patches back. And you might notice that there's a QSF guy on the enemy team in the Leopard prototype. Get a shot on that Conqueror, nice high damage roll there, and there's the Leopard prototype. And the Leopard's famous for having no armour whatsoever. Get another shot in the Conqueror lower plate, and I switch to Hesh, because Conqueror lower plate, very weak. Weak like E50M. Shot on the T30, Hesh pen. T30 gets quite a low roll there. I'm surprised I penned that T30 actually, with the hull armour and the sloping. Clever prototype. So I Hesh pen a T30's hull, but I don't Hesh pen a Leopard prototype's side. Sense makes much, wargaming. Sense makes much. But then, Leopard prototype. Thank you, QSF. I'll take 480 of your help. And I've only got 2 more Hesh shells left. Premium Hesh, that is. I bounced the Leopard prototype shot. It's 5,000. Well, I've already done more damage than I did in the first replay. And only 5 minutes of the game have gone. I push up to the wreck of this T32, see if I can get a shot off on that T30. Very dodgy shot. I'm not going to pen that repair shot, I don't waste the shot, because I don't want to lose money. And that Leopard prototype is, well, we don't know what, well, we know where he is, but he's not spotted, and he can pop out at any moment. And with his 105mm, I think it's a 105mm, on my Leopard prototype, and quite easily lay hurt into me. I would ideally like this 5120 to push up, which he is doing now. And then again, a shot from the T30 and that Leopard prototype, and he's dead. I'm just a one shot for the T30. See if I can Hesh pen him. 5120 bounces, and of course I can't do the same thing twice. So I bounce with that Hesh. The Leopard prototype gets a shot into me, I'm now one shot to him. 5120 is reloading. Zoropop kindly gets, no, it was Jochen. So I just go, yep, Conqueror, I'll allow that. 5.7k damage, double kill, as you heard. Workistan sound mod and something, I can't remember the name of the mod. VK in the valley, I thought it was in the middle for a second then. Can I get a shot off on the GW Panther? Who put that Conqueror there? Oh wait, it was me. Yeah, can't quite shoot that GW Panther, he's behind that silo thing over there. That T21 goes rushing in. Zoropop is already dead. Yeah, screw up. But he took 2 tanks down with him. T21 looks like it's going to kill the GW Panther if he doesn't get shotgunned. And does he? Can I get a shot if he pushes up? GW Panther shotguns the T21 because reasons. And the Tiger 2 and the VK are in the valley. RE75 is starting to cap. Don't know whether they've turned round the Tiger 2 and the VK. VK by XVM is a scrub. Nice shot on the move on the GW Panther, that's 5,957 damage. Oh, low roll on the Tiger 2. I will be able to get another shot off before he reloads. Oh, just dodged that shot. I don't know what the reload is on Tiger 2. I think it's about 8 seconds. I had 7 on the reload. Oh, but there's that VK. High roll, thank you very much. 6,762 damage. And I've outstayed my welcome here. Push up, Tiger 2, HE. Sensible. I was only on 3 health. Tiger 2 finishes me off. But still, 6,762 damage done. And Jochen's coming up for some surprise butt sex on the Tiger 2. Unfortunately, the swampy bit slows me down. I'll speed up the replay a bit. But yeah, most damage I've ever done in a game of World of Tanks, and it's in my favourite tank, Centurion Mark 7. And there's that Tiger too. Can Joachim get there in time? 14 health. It's going to be a hell of a kill secure if he does it. I can't remember where he does it. Can he do it? He can't. Oh wait, he's an autoloader.
5-minute warning.
Just on the 5-minute warning. And Joachim gets the kill. So yeah, 6,762 damage done. What a game. And here are the results for that game. Ace Tanker. Well, if the last game was an Ace Tanker, then this one just had to be. This was my first Ace Tanker and I think I got it after about 650 games in my beloved Centurion. Played just over 700 in it now. Not got another Ace Tanker since that last game that I showed you. But yeah, pretty much 6,800 damage done, 700 spotting. High caliber. Did you really think that I wouldn't get a high caliber in this game? 6,800 damage. Tier 9 game. Of course I would. And a Confederate as well. Because I think I only got 2 kills that game. Oh no, I got 4. I underestimate myself. Yeah, 1,424 damage. Not far off the last game. Because I did 800 more damage. But I did get 200 less spotting damage. Same medals as well as last game, exactly the same. Ace Tanker, High Caliber and Confederate. But this time my platoon didn't do as good. Still in the top 6 though, top 5 actually. So I got 3rd with 2,020 damage and 1,800 spotting damage and tracking damage, whatever the hell it is. And Joachim in his T-54 won with 2.1k damage and just under 800 experience. WZ-120, he played a good game as well. He helped me out a few times. 3,200 damage and 1,000 base XP for him. And he got a bounce on something. I don't know what. Probably the level prototype. Anyway, I'll move on to the detailed report. Shots fired 21, direct hits 20, penetrations 20. I only missed 1 shot that entire game. I have no idea what it was on. I seriously can't remember. Oh yeah, it was that T-54 we were fighting on the church. It received 11 penetrations, 8 non-penetrations, 1 splash damage, which I can't remember what it was from. Damage blocked by armor 1,400. So yeah, hull of a Centurion, when angled, it can be pretty strong. And yeah, damaged 11 enemy vehicles. Only 4 enemy tanks made it without me shooting at them. And of course, as I said earlier, 800 spotting damage. I wasn't running premium account that game, and because I fired all 5 of my Hess shots, that cost me dear, 45,200 credits to resupply the ammunition, which I made a 5,000 credit loss. But with premium, 25,000 credit profit, which is good enough. It's only 5k, so I don't miss out on too much. And 1,780 XP without premium. With premium, that would be 2,500 XP. As I said earlier, I didn't need it. I've researched the tier 10, and I got 356 for a mission as well. And as I said earlier, I can't remember what bloody mission that was. But yeah, quick summary of the Centurion: good armor, fantastic gun selection, good turret, good maneuverability, slowish top speed. And no, it wasn't my mark of excellence game. 64.57, 609 games. Till I got the Ace Tanker. But yeah, in my opinion, the best tank in the game. Well, it's my favourite tank in the game. I wouldn't go as far as saying it is the best tank in the game. I don't know what that would be. But it's my favourite tank in the game. Second favourite is the Conqueror, because that thing is absolutely fantastic. I might do a Conqueror review next. I don't know what review I'm going to do next actually. But anyway, thanks for watching guys. Please feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, and tune in for more.